Yeah, YouTube booty, you see, Matt? It's all right. I went back to it. Hey, YouTube, we back. They tried to kick us out, y'all. They deleted. They just stopped the video on YouTube. So if you're watching this part 2, go look at part 1 because they stopped the first one. Boy, but we back to finish this discussion and have it on YouTube as well, since they want to play that game. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I have never had that done before. That has never happened before where they just stop the YouTube and they just hell no. You talking about exorcism, possession, and it ain't real. We shutting this shit down. It's all right though. So we back. We back. Ain't never gonna get me down. Whatever that song, how it goes. But anyway, even though we kind of moved away from the discussion a little bit, talking about relationships, which that we can make that into a big relationship discussion next Wednesday. Can people of different religions, cohabitate? Can it work? Can they be married? That sort of thing. Miss Prissy, what's funny is that you actually missed the whole first hour and a half or so because this is actually part 2 because YouTube shut it down. So you have to actually go back and rewatch the actual live that YouTube shut down. And we're throwing it back in here again. Now, because we looked at Annalise Michelle, we see that she had epilepsy, she had issues, and she was devout and believed. Because we looked at Ronald Hunkler, he literally on his deathbed confession is that he faked it. Can I be a guest on your show? Sure. Just send me a message. Send me a message with your phone number and information. We'll talk about it. Miss Prissy. But Ronald Hunkler, he lied. He said he lied. Latoya Hammond, we know that she was real devout and she believed in the psychics and all that sort of thing. And her kids were playing her up so they can not go to school. It's just, there's too much information that leads to say that these people are, some of them really believe that they are possessed by demons, that they had demon possession. It's a true wholehearted belief, but logic and reason says no, that it's mentally programmed in them to do this, to believe this. And that's why they end up claiming it. That these church leaders, they know that is bullshit, but some of them actually believe that this is real and that they are in this war and they're fighting this war. And they have to keep fighting this war to save as many souls as they possibly can. But more times than not, in the research that I found, the exorcisms fail. Back in the day, they used to have high success rate because they would kill the person who they thought they was exorcising. And then they would make their claim. And as long as they're making their claim that it is real, that it has happened, that that person ascended to heaven, that they saw the demon leave them, who was going to challenge them? Back in the day, you think we came up with problems challenging pastors? If you challenged a Catholic priest back in the day, you were excommunicated from the community. So you didn't do it. It wasn't something that you did. So it was a major, major power play on their part. I honestly believe that Father Amort, who this movie, The Pope's Exorcist, literally, truly believes that he was exorcising demons for the most part. Well, I think he believed it. But I think he also was intelligent enough to know that if the person believed it, that it made it into a reality that they weren't actually having demon possessions, that they were having their own mental demon possession from the negative portion of their brain, from the devil inside them, not some outside exterior demon. Now, a guy asked me, do I believe that there are spirits at different dimensional planes and all those certain things? And I was like, sure. The law of correspondence leads me to understand that there are different levels of frequencies, and on those frequencies there are consciousness that exist on those frequencies that we can't see nor communicate with most of the time. Now, when you dream or you get into certain meditative states, or you some magic mushrooms, and once again, I'm telling y'all, I'm not advocating for any of y'all to do any mushrooms or anything any other kind of drug-induced situation, that you are able to operate on a different frequency and maybe contact and connect with these different entities. When you're in that, when people have these medical conditions, they may be connecting with different entities at different frequencies. But do I think that they are demonic, that they are trying to do harm and things of that nature? No. Actually, when I did a mushroom trip, and I'm telling y'all, do not do mushroom trips. I'm not advocating that. That is not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Don't go around telling someone Coach Renz told me to do mushrooms so I can, go visit the aliens or go onto a higher plane of consciousness. And no, that's not what I'm saying. Just because I did it don't mean you should do it. But every entity I encountered was helpful, showing me stuff, giving me information, teaching me things. I never had this bad experience because I don't walk around with the preconceived notions of demons and anxiety and all these other things that are of my mind that can manifest something in that vein. If you walk around with you're fearful and you think something's always out to get you and all that. Now, I think humans are out to get me all the time. These humans, yes, but spirits, no. What we would call spirits, which could just be beings that exist at a different frequency. No, I don't think so at all. The earth wasn't out to get me when I was experiencing what it's like to feel like a blade of grass, or to feel like an alligator, or to feel like lava or volcano eruption. What, was the earth trying to get me? Was the earth demon possessed trying to get me? No, it wasn't. Just, I was in a state where I was vibrating on that frequency. That's it. That's all it is. My brain was able to access a point where I could vibrate on the same frequency, as lava, and then experience the consciousness of lava. That's it. There's no demon possession. And if I'm able to communicate with, and there's some alien beings that are somewhere else, and I hit a frequency where I'm communicating with them, just like if they came to communicate, I'm not trying to hurt them. Hey man, what y'all doing? What y'all got? Y'all got them med beds. Can we do some stuff? What we doing? Can I come visit y'all on the matter plane? Let's be friends. That's what I'm thinking. That's me. But no, I don't get with that at all. I never had an escape. We left for Africa when I was 6 and was raised in Christian boarding schools until 12-ish. I wish I had someone to speak some science and facts to me. Oh, I understand. Oh, I'm a little jealous because you went to go live in Africa. So I'm a little jealous of that part. But I tell you, boy, them colonizers did a job on them Africans. They did just like they did a job on the Africans that they brought over here and the indigenous people here. They did a job. I find that in today's world, Africans are more devout to Christianity than damn near anybody. You got them pastors, got these people thinking he can't touch the ground. Got them running out there eating grass, telling those women that they got to drink his semen or he got to lick their booty. For them to get pregnant. Had the woman talking about she had the demon of oral sex in her, and she like spitting and acting like she's giving head or whatever. I mean, they They got them right now. They got them West and South. We live so wealthy. I can't wait to go to Africa. When I clear up some things, and that's the next. That's the next stop after I clear a few things up over the next few years. But um, that the that just shows you like people have a desire that they have to believe something. They have to believe something. They gotta believe something. It's so ingrained. And if a person taps into that, over time they can get them to do almost anything. Like my guy from Waco, Texas, the Branch Davidians, he used the Bible to twist it even more so than it's already twisted to convince those people that he was Jesus and that all the women were his wives and he's supposed to have sex with all of them and that they should come into this compound and they're going to come get me. Of course they're going to come get you. You can predict that. If you're amassing weapons in this little town, yeah, the ATF is going to come knocking one day. So, of course, his prophecies came to be. But even in that, when we got like, talk about vibrating at a different frequency, I honestly believe that Nostradamus and Da Vinci, because both of them use magic mushrooms and things of that nature, I believe that they were hitting a conscious level where they were seeing some stuff and they were seeing what was happening. You know, Nostradamus was able to predict World War I, World War II, airplanes, things of that nature. And then you got to think in his time frame, the way he would describe that would be the way he described it. He wouldn't be able to say that, oh yeah, World War I and II of the United States of America and all that kind of stuff. He wouldn't have known that. No. But he was on a trip. Peace and blessings. What's up, Atwater? From LA. Yeah, I never lived there. Wait till you hear about the Bible cult. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. We might talk about that one. But yeah, YouTube died on me. So this is part two of the other one. So I don't know if you was here for the first one, Atwater, but you have to go back and watch the second. Watch the first one to get the full thing of what we was talking about. But I think that we can, certain situations can cause us to catch on to these other frequencies, and that's where we see stuff. But it's kind of hard to try to make it. If you got fear in you, that's where the struggle comes. You know, when I saw the aliens, I was like, cool, this is nice. Like, I want some of those. I want that vehicle right there. This planet looks like a planet that I would want to live on, not Earth. Like, can I come here and try this planet out? You know, that was my thinking. That was what was going on in my head at the time. This subject woke up some demons. I know, trying to cancel out YouTube. You little demons on YouTube. But it's just I did not think that we would have this, even though the rain has stopped outside and it's still just cloudy. So hopefully the Wi-Fi won't mess up. But I honestly believe YouTube tried to cancel this show today on purpose. I'm starting to do shadow work. It's intense. Shadow work would be because you gotta, when you're doing shadow work, you have to deal with certain sides of yourself that you've been trained that you shouldn't deal with. And to actually deal with those things, it's a harsh reality. Tesla and Casey said Tesla and Casey said we all have it. We just need to tap into the vibration. They sure did. That sure did. Tesla and Edgar Casey. And Edgar Casey, what I think about 60 to 70% of his predictions have come to pass. I don't know the exact percentage, but he has a pretty good record of his predictions being reality, coming into reality. So, and predicting things is not too hard. I mean, I remember when my pappy said that he'll die before there was a black president. And I told him, no, you won't. You'll see a black president. And I told him about when he would see a black president, and it happened in and around the time frame that he would see a black president. That was he really black? First mixed president, as far as I'm concerned. But would you? I predicted to my grandmother that they will never cure AIDS, and they would make it where you can live a long life with AIDS and have children. I was right. I was right about that. But that's easy to predict when you know that there is no cure, there's no money in the cure. And they haven't cured nothing for like 50 years. There's no money in the cure. The money is in maintaining the symptoms, keeping you healthy enough to live while you still have that within you, but always with the threat of sickness. You think they're ever going to actually cure cancer? Hell no. You know how much money they make with cancer? They're not going to allow you to cure cancer. That's why they had to kill Dr. Sabi. It's not going to happen. So I can predict that there will not be a cure for cancer for at least the next 100 to 200 years. No cancer cures. I can predict that there will be a major world war in the next 50 years because there will be a fight over the resources in Africa. And that fight, that the battleground is either going to be East Africa or it's going to be in the Middle East. But it's going to be in that general area. East Africa, Middle East area is where the war is going to happen. Because America and Europe are pissed off at the deals that the African nations are making with China and Russia. Eventually they will. And the East African Federation, they form a nation, and then some of the other African geographical areas form nations. Yeah, they're going to have to stop that. They're going to have to stop that. I can predict that. Within 50 years, there'll be a major war in Africa. Russia and China versus Europe and America, with Africa caught in the middle. Africa and the Middle East caught in the middle. Because that's the next resource battle. You can predict these things. It's not that hard. If you think about where we come from and what we got and where we're going, I had predicted to my mother when I was like 12 years old that we'll be talking to each other and you will be able to see each other face to face while we're talking over some type of mobile device. So it's not overly difficult. There will be a black pope within the next 50 years. Then the next 50 years, there'll be a black pope. What else you got? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, Dr. Sabi. Yeah, they killed Dr. Sabi. So, but they're gonna be some upheavals. I wouldn't be surprised if Brazil goes through some type of revolution in the next 20 to 30 years. Black folks down in Brazil getting tired of them jokers. So just saying, you can make these predictions. You can make them. There's a lot. Okay, you said plus healing. Yeah, you can heal yourself in most cases. In most cases, you can heal yourself primarily, and then the food and liquids that you put in your body, and the stress, decreasing your stress, you can heal yourself. You don't need outside forces most of the time. Hell, every medicine comes from plants. You just have to figure out what plant does what, and there are plenty of books on it to figure that part out. So, not that hard. Let me not say it's not that hard. It does take a lot of work. It's hard because it takes discipline. Discipline is what makes it hard. You got to have the discipline to do these things. You do. Like, I should be working out every morning, but with the time frame that I go to bed, and the time frame that I have to get up, it's just not gonna happen. I love my sleep. I'm not getting up at 5:30 in the morning. Not happening. You're looking into vibrational healing. True, but I don't look at those things in a vacuum. I play healing tones every night we sleep to healing tones, or depending upon if I want to do certain types of dreaming, like lucid dreaming or things like that. But most of the time, we're sleeping to healing tones. You got to get enough sleep, preferably 6 to 8 hours, uh, more around the 7 and 8 than the 6. Then you got to be mindful of the type of food that you're putting in your system. So you put it all together. That's the alchemy of it. That's the hermetic alchemy of it. Is finding all the combinations that work together, and then putting them together, and that will heal your body. You know, my next part that I got to add to the process is the exercise. Got to add the exercise. Time has not been my friend, but got to add the exercise. That's why we was 30 minutes late today. Because somebody wanted a sofa moved, which I had said we moved it. And then some petty joker stole the garage door opener out of my car. So I had to put a garage door opener up today. Program a garage door opener. And that thing wouldn't act right to save its life. Yes, plus all the other that goes with it. Herbs, food. You see, you said it before I wrote it down. Hey, man, frequencies. We in frequency with each other. That's all. We just in frequency with each other. All right. I'm not going to repeat myself 50-11 times. What else y'all got? What else we talking about? We got probably about a good 30 minutes. Or we can close it out. Y'all tell me what you want to do. Got some good questions, good statements, then we can keep rolling. But if not, we're going to close it out. Have you seen, now for some of the people just got here, have you seen The Exorcist? Have you seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose? And are you going to go see this movie, The Pope's Exorcist? When I can watch it for free, I'm going to watch The Pope's Exorcist. I'm not giving money to it. Not to that. I'm not giving money to that. Giving y'all a little bit of moment here. Or do I hear a car outside? I hate when it's raining and cloudy because I can't see as well outside to see when somebody's getting ready to walk up. That paranoia part. Well, not paranoia. I just like safety. My back is kind of to the door. A little bit. Well, it doesn't. Oh, I was about to say. No, I haven't been watching them. I think it gets them going on demons and possession. Oh, I think it does. Like I said earlier, when the movie Exorcist came out, the number of people claiming to have demon possessions increased dramatically. So it was life imitating art at that stage. This movie will probably cause a surge in demon possessions as well. People are going to say, "Oh, that's what's wrong with my cousin. That's what's wrong with my child. That's what's wrong with me. I'm demon possessed. I'm demon possessed." And there's actually in the medical dictionary journal thing, there's actually a symptom that is basically demon possession, but it's more of a mental situation. But they still have it. It's like something like demonic dissociation disorder, something like that. And the medical field love now, the pharmaceutical field especially, love to create new issues so they can give you new medicines. But there are some doctors who are prescribing people medication for what they're calling something like demon possession, disassociation or something. I was like, this is crazy. I remember I thought the rapture was occurring in 2004. Later I found out it was a meteorite that entered the atmosphere, and next morning when I woke up, it lit the whole sky up for 5 seconds. Didn't know you were against medicines. Interesting. I prefer not to take medicine. If you see me taking some medicine, it's because whatever plant that I would use is not working well enough. That it's a situation that needs that extra boost. But I prefer not to take medicine. I'd rather eat my way out of a illness than to medicate my way out of it. He's stupid. That dude right there, he's stupid. That one right there. That's Ghost. Did y'all just saw a ghost? Y'all just saw a ghost. Because that's his name. Ghost. But I have to look that up. I don't remember in 04. He got tired of me stealing his phone charger, so now he grabbing one. I don't look. There's the ghost again. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Watch. Bald-headed black ghost. Oh, he ain't walking by. He was about to walk by again. But I didn't know there was a meteorite that did that in 04. That's interesting. Usually I pay attention to things like that. But hell. Yeah. The rapture. Look, black ghost. Bald-head black ghost. The rapture happening in... The rapture is not going to happen at all. It's no such... It's just not. In reality, when those people were talking about... When they were talking about there'll be two in the field and one would be taken and the other one would still be there, they were actually talking about how Nero and the Roman government would come in and take one person, take the Christian and kill them off and leave the non-Christian there. The whole 666 is really about Nero, and even though it's actually 616 and not 666, that was all about Nero. It literally has absolutely nothing to do with our world today. Revelations really is not about what's going to happen in the future. It's about what they thought was going to happen right then and what they was going through at that time frame. So it's really not this is why it was hotly debated and almost was kicked out of the Bible at the Council of Laodicea, is because it was like, this book ain't really about us today. But they realized how they can use that book as a weapon. So to keep people in fear, because that's right when the fear-based power started to play a stronger role in the what became the Catholic Church, but the Church of Rome. But if there was a rapture, if they say Revelation was accurate, then the rapture actually wouldn't happen until after the Battle of Armageddon and the 7 years of the Antichrist reign has happened. So there is no rapture. But that wouldn't even be a rapture. That's just the end. That's the end of the story. So it's all done. Then possession, schizophrenia, but then there's the diagnosis of on the psychotic spectrum disorder, experience what we consider to be hallucination and delusions with religious and spiritual. Exactly. You're absolutely. Thank you, Jeremy. You're absolutely right. That's what I think they are claiming to be demon possessions. Actually, it was late March of 03. Bright orange fireball spotted across the Midwest sky. It's a video of it. It's spooked, super bright. So was it just in the Midwest? Because I would have been on the East Coast at that time. Right? Actually, March of 2003, ain't no telling where I was at. I was training TSA then. So I could have been anywhere in the country. Wait a minute, was that in 2003? Yeah. No, March, it had ended in February. That contract ended in February. So I was back in Atlanta. That's when I was 300 something pounds. In March 2003, I was 300 something pounds and I was losing that weight. Lost 70 pounds in 6 months. I don't remember that. All I was about was getting rid of this 300. Whittling it down. Now I need to get rid of this about 40, 50. We know whose fault that is. Yes, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, and those parts. Part of it. Okay. I'll check. That'd be interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing the video on that. I don't know if C-Mac is still looking, but and dark green down to the nub. This is a good cigar. It's called the oh wow, I just realized what I'm smoking. Oh, y'all won't be able to see the name of it. This cigar that I was smoking, guess what the name of it is? It's called the Devil's Hand. And this was a bootleg, so it's a real small, thinner cigar. But it's called. I didn't even realize that I lit up the devil's hand as a cigar. That's why the internet was messing up, y'all. I was smoking the devil's hand. I was smoking another one today. Oh shit. Oh man, this is by Esteban Carrera, so it's a good Nicaraguan cigar. Hey man, hey, go. So today's video was about exorcism and possessions, right? Especially with that movie, The Pope Exorcist, that they were talking about the other day. Guess what cigar I lit up without thinking about it? The devil's hand. Exactly. The devil's hand.
There you go. That's how you do it.
And when it was raining, the internet was messing up. Oh, I'm going straight to that special room that you told me I got. He the one who said that I got that in hell they told him I got a special room. And Holly said she coming to the party in that special room.
I don't think you want to go to that party.
That's gonna be a good party. Jeremy said, I'm cool. I'm smoking the devil's lettuce. What is the devil's lettuce? I know you know. The devil's lettuce?
Sounds like some weird shit.
I don't know. What's that? Weed?
Oh, that's it.
I don't smoke weed, so I don't know the weed terminology, but don't smoke weed. But he know all the words. We're not going to talk about why he knows all the words. Huh?
Chicken from Chili.
Oh. What? And Ghost is getting ready to eat some chicken wings, y'all. And remember I told you in Babylon, when they wanted to exorcise demons, sometimes they would cut a chicken and put some spices and herbs on it and put it in the middle of the circle. So I'm going to draw a chalk circle around Ghost's chair while he eating the lemon pepper wings, and going to exorcise the demons from Ghost. E-Bizzle. E-Bizzle, has your anxiety decreased since leaving religion, bro? Dramatically. So even though I started that process when I started that process when I was 9, one of the good things that I had a grandmother who kind of shielded me from too many people acting a fool. And then the other thing I struggled with was the fact that the more I learned, the more I realized the people around me were struggling to realize that, and we had issues. They had problems. It would cause issues within the family structure. And not my immediate family. My immediate family was like, that's just him. He's always been different. This joker was sitting there and reading encyclopedias. He always been different. So my family didn't really give me many problems. It was the people outside the family. It was the people who was at the churches that I knew, the deacons, the pastors, the other kids, all of them. Then when I did leave, I had a little anxiety because I was like, God damn, if I'm wrong, then I'm going to go to hell and I'm going to pay for all this stuff. But then the more and more I researched, the more and more I studied, then and meeting a lot of these other scholars and stuff, it eased a lot of that anxiety. And then, when the internet came out and being able to find groups of people who in the 2000s that felt the same way, it started decreasing even more. But once I realized, when I was about in my 20s and realized that there is no such thing as hell, like all the anxiety went away at that point. Like my anxiety was really about other people and the relationships I had with them. As far as the religious side, once I came to the realization that around 21, 22, that there is no such thing as hell, I was good. That I manifest my own heavens and hell, whether on this plane of existence or any other plane of existence, I was good. Yours decreased as well. Have to run and go get ready for work. Good show. Peace and joy. Peace to you, E-Bizzle. Make sure you subscribe to the page and share videos. Matter of fact, I'm about to shut this down anyway, and actually do some work. Actually look like I'm at work, which is called practicing my Spanish. And then I'm gonna do some other work. So y'all have a great day. Tomorrow is Friday. Haven't yet figured out what we're going to talk about on Friday, but I'll figure it out before the end of the day. So y'all have a great day. Remember, share the video, share the video, share the video. I want to thank everybody who donated to the channel. You know, CMAC always, you know, appreciate the financial donations. People give stars. Thank you very, very much. Y'all are amazing. It keeps the channel going and it makes us keep growing. Yeah, it changed a lot for you when you found out no heaven and hell. Off talking, but the popcorn shop coming back, and no, at least not in the foreseeable near future, because plan on moving to Puerto Rico. Probably not gonna. I don't want to. It's not. It's not. It takes too much physical work and too much attention and focus. It's not. It's not coming back. Just go ahead and put it out there like that. It's not. But y'all have a great day. Remember, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration. Oh, and for YouTube, if you're watching this version, you got to go back and watch part one that they counseled us on.